So the Daytona 500, the Great American Race, is on this weekend, but how does the qualifying format work? Well, it's a little different to most weekends in the NASCAR Cup Series season, so I'm going to go through what's going to happen here for qualifying for the Daytona 500, what's likely to happen, and everything in between. Full article here on motorsportsreports.com. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season begins with the most prestigious event on the calendar, the 67th running of the Daytona 500 at Daytona International Speedway. Unlike other races on the circuit, qualifying for the Daytona 500 involves a unique format that includes 2 rounds of single car qualifying and a pair of 60-lap dual races, which ultimately determine the starting lineup for the Great American Race. The 40-car field for the Daytona 500 consists of 36 drivers from chartered teams who are guaranteed a spot in the race. Their spot starting positions are determined through a combination of single car qualifying and the dual races. The remaining 4 spots are filled by drivers in non-chartered or open cars. The 2 fastest non-charter cars in single qualifying will lock themselves into the field with the option to improve their starting position in the dual races. The final 2 positions are awarded to the highest finishing non-charter car in each dual race. So basically 36 of the field guaranteed. The chartered entries, the guys that start pretty much every single race, they will all be in, plus 2 from the dual races and 2 from the qualifying as well. That's kind of how it's made up. So 10% of the field are these one-off ones. So that'll be the likes of, I believe, Helio Castro-Neves is trying, Martin Truex Jr., Jimmy Johnson. Is Corey LaJoie in there as well? There's a lot of people trying to enter this race basically, but they're all fighting over 4 positions. So it is bound to get interesting for sure, and some big names will actually miss out because of that too. NASCAR has introduced a new rule for the 2025 season though, called the Open Exemption Provision, or OEP. This provisional can be granted to a special or invited entrant on a case-by-case basis. For the 2025 Daytona 500, NASCAR has announced that Helio Castro-Neves, driving the number 91 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing, will be awarded the OEP if needed. Castro-Neves can still qualify through the race through the standard procedure, but if he doesn't, he will start in 41st position as a special entrant. So basically, if he doesn't get in through the races or qualifying, he will start. So he's guaranteed to start is Castro-Neves, which is a controversial issue in NASCAR, and I will make a video about that too. Probably be out around the same time as this one is, in fact. So single car qualifying, this is the first way that they can make it in as a non-chartered car. The single car qualifying session is scheduled for Wednesday, February 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on Fox Sports 1 and MRN radio over in the United States, as well as Sirius XM radio if you want to keep up to date with it. Each driver will complete 1 time lap around the 2.5-mile super speedway, with the top 10 fastest drivers advancing to round 2. In the final round, the 2 fastest drivers will secure their spots on the front row for the Daytona 500, with the fastest driver claiming the pole position. Dual races and starting lineup. The dual races, which are held on Thursday, February 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, consist of 2 60-mile, 150-mile qualifying races that determines positions 3 through 4 in the Daytona 500 starting lineup. The lineups for the dual race are set based on the qualifying speed chart, with odd number qualifiers, so 1st, 3rd, 5th, etc., competing in dual 1, and then even number qualifiers in the second one, which is 2nd, 4th, 6th, etc. NASCAR ensures that an equal number of charter and non-charter cars are in each dual race. The finishing order from dual 1 will make up the inside row, which is the odd number of positions, and dual 2 will be the outside row, the even numbered positions. The points in the dual races. The top 10 finishers in each dual race will be awarded points that count towards the regular season standings as well. The winner of each duel will receive 10 points, with 2nd place earning 9 points, and so on down to 1 point for the 10th place finisher. No playoff points will be awarded during a dual race, so they won't get any win and you're in sort of thing. It doesn't count for that. But yeah, the top 10 getting some points there. Basically just like the stage wins as well. If you win a stage, or stage 1 or stage 2 in a NASCAR race, that means that you do in fact get some championship points there, but winning a stage does not guarantee you entry to the playoffs. With the unique qualifying format and the introduction of the open exemption provision, the 2025 Daytona 500 is set to be an exciting and unpredictable start to the NASCAR Cup Series season. And if you saw the race in the Madhouse, the non-championship race a couple weeks ago, you'll know we're very much set up for an exciting time this year. Fans can see the single car qualifying, dual races, and a main event schedule on that link there on the motorsportreports.com, so do check out that article if you haven't already. But yeah, there we go guys, the Daytona 500, just looking forward to it so much. It's going to be a real fun event for sure. I'm so glad top level racing in stock cars is back this weekend, and of course I will be here to review it here on the NASCARchronicle.com as always, doing the 5 things we learned. If I've got time and I feel like it, I might go over what's happening with the dual races as well, but they're on really late here in the UK, and I don't know, maybe I'll do them on Sunday morning perhaps, or something like that, but I'd struggle to do it otherwise, and by then it's a little out of date, so we'll see how things are going. We'll see how I feel here on NASCARchronicle.com. And of course we'll be previewing the event as well. I have some previews going over who I expect to do well. My 5 drivers previews will be back, and of course on top of that we'll be going over the guys that have won the most Daytona 500s ever. I've gone over the drivers that have won the most at Daytona, but of course there's more than one race at Daytona every single season, so I'm going to go over the guys who've won it the most. Who is that? Well, if you've been watching my videos, you will already know, of course. But yeah, see you soon for some more content on the world of stock cars here on the NASCARchronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you very soon for some more stock car racing content right here.